Hello everybody and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are looking at the Marvel Legends Monster Venom Build-A-Figure Wave, Venom. Here we have Venom in the front window box with his Eddie Brock alternate head already on, and of course the Build-A-Figure piece. We get the cool name down here, we get the Venom logo at the top, and then we get some very cool artwork of Venom, the same artwork on both sides. And on the back we get a product shot as well as a little shot here with the alternate head. Then we have all the figures needed in this wave to complete the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. And at the top we have the read-up, Eddie Brock takes vengeance on his skeptics as the all-consuming, spine-chilling symbiote Venom. And at the bottom we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's get this open and take a look at Venom. And here is Venom out of the packaging, and the pose I was going for here, I believe it is in Maximum Carnage Part 3. I forget which issue of Spider-Man it is, but there's a scene where he's, I want to say at like a bus terminal or something like that, and he reads that Carnage has escaped, and it's Eddie Brock, of course, in full costume, and then like there's a big full-page spread of him just like screaming as his as you know, the Venom symbiote basically forms around him. So I was kind of trying to recreate that pose where it's sort of him, you know, if you envision the symbiote having formed the costume just moments or seconds prior to this. But, you know, it's a figure that we've seen before, but we do get some new things with it. We get that Eddie Brock head sculpt, of course, and we get the sort of symbiote wrapping around the head thing, and it is a different head for the actual Venom himself. So aside from the alternate head and the symbiote piece there at the neck, there are no other accessories. So we're just going to take a look at everything all as one when we do our closer looks here. So yeah, let's do that right now and get our better look at Venom. And here is Eddie Brock up close, and you know, aside from the head feeling like it might be a little too big, this is otherwise a great looking head sculpt. We get those big bushy eyebrows, you get that little short cut hairdo that he has, and just big square jaw. Everything looks great about it. I love the addition of the symbiote effect there as far as it wrapping around, and you do have that plug into just the top port there, and that just literally sits on his neck, and there's a little bit of a squishy material. So I think that looks really cool. Even if you're not using the Eddie Brock head, I think it looks good even with the regular Venom head. The only complaint that I would have about this head is the expression. I like the idea of using the tendrils here, but I would like to have seen something a little different. Just to show you, I had done a little bit of a custom. This is like my first attempt at a custom with the Nuke head, and I did give him blonde eyebrows. I forgot about the bushy brown eyebrows, but I would have liked to have seen an expression more like this for when the symbiote suit, so to speak, is forming around him. But otherwise, it's not that bad of a, you know, a sculpt. The head, of course, just pops off, and then you will pop on the Venom head, and there you go. So the new Venom head that we get here does not have the tongue sticking out, but it is still the open mouth, and you can see the tongue inside there. So that was cool that we do still have it molded. And it looks like a little bit of the paint there on the side of his teeth. But I think that is a cool head sculpt, and I'm glad that we at least got something different for this figure compared to the Absorbing Man wave. I would have hated to have gotten the exact same head, so I am glad for that. Looking down at the rest of the figure, I don't know how well it shows up, and I have here, I was using the pork rind earlier, you get a little different black. It's almost like it's a metallic look to it versus the matte black on the Absorbing Man wave. So you do get a little bit different look of the black plastic, but otherwise the only paint on here, aside from the head, is going to be the logo on the chest and back, which you got a couple line work issues there. And then, of course, you do have the paint on the back of the hands. But otherwise, it's just the Hyperion body mold that we've seen before, so not a whole lot going on. I do wish they would have given us some other hands, but given that I have the Absorbing Man wave, the hands can fit on here, no problem. And the difference in black is not noticeable enough. You're not going to be able to tell. And that same thing goes with the head. You can use those heads interchangeably, and you're not going to notice the difference between those black materials. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in now and look at scale and articulation. And look at the scale, we can see here that Venom is coming in at about 6 3/4 inches tall, so he is one of the taller characters. We do have a head. Both heads can go all the way around, look down, look up. You have arms or shoulders that can go up pretty far, full rotation of course, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, hinge and rotation at the wrist. You get an ab crunch that is quite deep actually in both directions. You do have waist rotation, legs that can go apart that far, kick forward that far, kick backwards there, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, a boot cut, and then you do have hinge and ankle pivot. And just to show that you can use the old Absorbing Man Venom heads on this new body, and I say new body, it's the same body, but you can see the head looks just fine. You don't have enough of a variation in the black to stand out in any way. So if you wanted to use the old Absorbing Man heads, so that one with the tongue, and then there is of course the smiling one, and let's see if I can get that. Oh man, all right, it fits. That was just me having a hard time. And then there is the smiling Venom face on this newer body, and again, it looks just fine. And here is everybody in the wave standing next to each other. So from the left we have Poison, Typhoid Mary, Scream, the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure in the back, Spider-Ham in front of him, and then Venom and Carnage. And that about does it for this review, everyone. So overall, if you have the original Absorbing Man wave, similar to if you had the old Carnage, you know, this might still be worth a pickup for the Eddie Brock head sculpt and the new symbiote accessory there at the top. It might be worth picking up too if you end up getting the complete wave and you get that pork grind head. It'll let you use that old Absorbing Man wave body for something different, which that is kind of a plus. You can get some reusability out of it. If you already have the old one though, it's not a necessity to pick this guy up. The old one had 2 different heads and actually had some alternate hands as well. So overall, this figure as a standalone, if we pretend that the other figure wasn't made, I mean, you need to get him because it's Venom, you know, that's for sure. But aside from that, doesn't really offer a whole lot new aside from that Eddie Brock head sculpt. So kind of a bummer there. But anyway, as I said, that is it for the review, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you like this review. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Make sure to check out my new vertical videos that I'm doing for the mobile-friendly reviews. Curious what you guys think of those. Leave some comments down below in those videos and let me know if you like them. But aside from that, thanks for stopping by and watching my video, and have a great day.